Hello there, my name is Agnieszka Jach, and I'm recording from Helsinki in Finland, where I work at a business school called Hanken School of Economics. I teach mathematics and statistics, and I do research in time series analysis. I'm about to record my lightning talk for the assessment conference in Newcastle. I have to say that I almost got coerced into wearing a Sunderland t-shirt because my husband happens to be a Sunderland supporter. Let's take a look at my outline. The title of my talk is Using Jupyter Notebook with Python, Markdown/Latex to support maths learning. In my talk, I'm going to perform a Moodle quiz with questions that have Jupyter Notebook files. These files have extension ipynb. They contain code chunks written in Python and text chunks, and these are written in Markdown that also uses LaTeX syntax for typesetting math formulas. And these Jupyter Notebook files, they will contain examples with applications of mathematics and economics. Prerequisites for me as a student attempting this quiz is I need to have Anaconda, which is a Python distribution, installed, and I need to know how to open Jupyter Notebook files. My learning outcomes as a student are I'm able to, well, perform particular tasks related to math. And so this would be, for instance, I'm able to recognize a logistic function. I know how to calculate present value. I'm able to compute Taylor expansion in Python, etc. There are other learning outcomes as well, and these would be related to the software itself. So for instance, I'm able to use Jupyter, I can explore code and text chunks, I'm able to dissect those chunks, I'm able to interpret the syntax and also to modify it. So the idea behind this talk is to give you a taste of Jupyter, Python, Markdown, LaTeX. Most of you will be familiar with LaTeX. And then to give you a chance to see if you'd like to use these tools with your students. So now I'm going to start the quiz. So here's question 1. The question is of matching type. It starts by saying save and then open the attached file. So I'm going to right click on this file and save it on my desktop. And then the instructions here say, we'll open this file in Jupyter. So I'm going to start Jupyter. So I go to the bottom left corner of my Windows menu, and then I have here Anaconda. And after unfolding, I see this option, Jupyter Notebook. So I hit that. So I have a black window popping out. This is a window that with so-called Kernel, which does the computations in the background. I'll minimize it. And here I have a dashboard of Jupyter, which opens in my default browser, which happens to be Firefox. So now I'm going to open my notebook file. So I navigate to desktop, and I have this file, limits and continuity. So here the instructions say double click on the top cell, which is of type Markdown, to view the Markdown syntax. I'm going to do that on the left-hand side, double click. And here I see the syntax for Markdown and also LaTeX syntax embedded within it to typeset mathematical formulas. Then I hit run to return to the output. So the idea is that I go over this file by going back and forth between the syntax and the output. And I choose the right options in the quiz question on the right-hand side. Okay, question 2 starts in the same way. So save and then open this file in Jupyter. So I save the link again on my desktop. And then go to Jupyter's file and then open. And here I have this present value. So this file is a little bit longer and it has text chunks at the top, but it also has so-called code chunks below. So now the instructions are go to Kernel option of the menu and then hit restart and run all. So rerun all the chunks. You can see these asterisks. And then the idea is that I study these chunks which are related to calculating present value. There's a graph here, etc. And then I answer the questions in the quiz exercise. This happens to be multiple answers, so-called closed, C-L-O-Z-E type in Moodle. Next exercise, number 3. I proceed in the same manner, so save on the desktop and then open in Jupyter. So now I have a logistic function. There's a story here about the logistic function and then the code. So again, I go to the kernels menu and go for restart and run all. So the idea is that I go through these chunks and then try to answer the questions on the right-hand side. This question type is, again, multiple answers. Finally, the last exercise, I save the corresponding notebook file and then open it in Jupyter. It's called Taylor. As you can imagine, it's related to computing Taylor series in Python. So I have a text chunk introducing the exercise and then some related computations in Python. So again, we go to kernel and restart and run all. And this exercise is not enough to explore the chunks and play with them. We have to actually modify them to get the answers here. In this exercise is of type matching. So now I can close all these notebook files. I go to File, Close and Hold, Leave Page. Do the same for all the files. Okay, so then to shut down the kernels that run the code behind these notebooks, I go to the black window. So here, and I hit Control-C twice. So that was the idea behind this talk. Thank you very much.